stared at Justin, her mouth hanging half open in astonishment. The man was very tall, standing at just a little over 6 feet tall. The little boy he was holding also wore a suit. He had buried his head in the man's shoulder. The Hunt family feared the media might try to take photos of their youngest child and start trouble for him. But Nora was in no mood to wonder about the child in Justin's arms. Had Justin Hunt found out that she was Athena? The alarming idea had just occurred to her when she noticed Justin's frown. He looked straight at her and said, "Stay away from my son. Also, you're not my type." Nora's eyelids had been drooping because of drowsiness, but now they widened big and round in confusion. Before she could recover from her surprise, he turned away and strode off. She shook her head in disbelief at his arrogant assumption. Is that man out of his mind? Once Justin had left, his bodyguards also withdrew. After a few moments, the hotel lobby went back to normal. Inside the Hunt family's extra-long black Bentley, Justin's son Pete had a sullen look on his face, and he made a silent protest. Justin frowned. After his son's abnormal behavior earlier that night, he had checked the surveillance camera footage in the corridor. There, he saw that woman he had just encountered in the lobby had kissed and hugged his son. The problem was that for the very first time, Pete, who had always avoided others and disliked physical contact, hadn't resisted. Back at the Smith house, Anthony arrived just as the birthday party was ending. Angela's face was swollen and a clear handprint could be seen on her cheek. She pressed a towel filled with ice cubes to the bruise. In tears, she complained, "Why are you so late, Anthony?" He looked uncomfortable for a moment. On the way to the Smiths, he had taken a detour and asked a private investigator to help him find out more about the beautiful woman he had seen at the airport that day. Anthony coughed awkwardly and put on an anxious and concerned look. "What happened? Did Nora hit you? Is she refusing to cancel the engagement? Where is she? I'll take care of it myself." Angela hesitated. Take care of it himself, but that means he'll see her. She thought of that aggressively beautiful face and her heart filled with dread. She tried to tell herself she was being silly. Even if Anthony were to see Nora again, that didn't mean he would like what he saw. Right? Angela tightened her hold on the towel. Finally, she said, "Anthony, you don't need to go in person. It's not about you. She just won't let go of the company. Don't worry, I'll make her come around in the end." Anthony didn't insist. He was too distracted to really hear what Angela was saying. He nodded and said, "We need to get that company or Grandpa will never agree to our engagement. I'll leave this matter to you. I don't want to see her pig-like face either. How did she look? I bet she got even uglier while she was away, right?" Angela hesitated. She avoided answering the question, just saying, "You don't have to worry about seeing her again. I'll definitely come up with a solution." Okay. After leaving the Smiths, Anthony drove absent-mindedly. His mind was filled with memories of the woman from the airport. A moment later, he received a call from the private investigator. "Mr. Gray, I couldn't find the identity of your mystery woman, but I found the hotel where she's staying." Anthony's eyes lit up. "Send me the address." When Nora reached her suite, she found that Mrs. Lewis had already put Cherry to bed. Nora went straight to the study. She sat on the sofa and made a call. "Solo, give me everything you can about Idelian Pharmaceuticals." After a moment of silence, Solo said, "Fine, give me 5 minutes." 5 minutes later, Solo emailed her all the information they had about Idelian Pharmaceuticals, the company Nora's mother had left behind when she died. Nora had only been a child at the time, so the company had been put in the care of a dedicated manager. She had never taken much interest in the company in all this time, but for her father to want it so much, to demand that she give it to Angela as a wedding gift, Nora figured there must be something fishy going on. She carefully combed through the information until she heard faint footsteps from out in the hotel's soundproof corridor. Disturbed by the sound, Nora frowned. Seeing her look, Mrs. Lewis explained, "There are people staying in the presidential suite next door. I heard it's Mr. Hunt himself." Just then, Nora's cell phone beeped. It was a message from Solo. "The Hunts are very impressive. Mr. Hunt just offered me a few $1 million to tell him whether you're a man or a woman. Athena, you're in trouble." Justin Hunt again. Nora cast her cat-like eyes slightly downward. Her long, slender fingers tapped a few times on the keyboard as she thought. Finally, she replied, "I want you to send him a message for me." In the presidential suite next door, the tall and slender Justin sat on the sofa and leaned back. His assistant, Lawrence Zimmer, stood by respectfully. "Mr. Hunt, Solo has a message for you from Dr. Athena." Justin looked up coldly. "What is it?" Lawrence coughed awkwardly and adjusted his glasses. He read out the message as matter-of-factly as he could manage. "Dr. Athena asks, Mr. Hunt, are you rushing to find me because you need brain surgery?" Justin stared at him. Lawrence shivered in the silence. He felt like the temperature in the room was dropping to freezing point. It took several long moments for Justin to get control of his anger. When he felt he could speak again, he snapped, "Show me that photo." Lawrence instantly understood what he meant. He wanted to see the photo of Dr. Athena they had obtained earlier that day for an exorbitant price. He pulled up the file and handed the photo to Justin. Justin took it. He wanted to get a good look at the face of the person who dared make fun of him.
How long can Nora juggle her double life as Athena and Nora before her world collapses? What exactly is Idelian Pharmaceuticals hiding? And why does Nora's family want it so badly? To find out, download the Pocket FM app now. Link in the description. Pocket FM audio app and listen to the entire series.